Catch a wave and you're sitting on top of the world.
You know yourself, when the cold comes, Shah had that, it came, and for me, it was the universe going, you put out a lot of desires to be more connected to what is.
Yeah.
And you're going to have to relax more, you're going to have to take things a lot easier, you're going to have to get in a place where you can receive.
Yes.
And by that way, because sometimes what I realised was that when you feel tired, if you actually sit with the feeling, it just feels like you've been tranquilized with it. People have to take the medication to feel that relaxed.
Yeah.
You think of it that way.
Yeah, and it is.
Yeah, we'll grab the coffee and we're like, no, I'm going to be up there, more tense, more,
It's about going, changing the way you look at things, the things you look at change.
And I have relaxed more, and so.
It's all good. It's all good.
So let's go to another.
I'm enjoying this. Thank you, Melissa.
Right, the next question is from Louise, which is sort of saying, it's slightly abbreviated, which is saying, I'll ask, referring to Abraham Hicks, how selfish should we be to create the life of our dreams? Very interesting question, actually. I have my own answer, but I am interested to see if yours is the same. So it's how selfish should we be to create the life of our dreams?
Oh, I love that. Can I start on this one?
Go do it.
My inner guidance, my heart and soul says, be absolutely as selfish as you possibly can, because when you're selfish, you're caring about yourself, and your inner voice wants you to be selfish. So right now, today, I'm being selfish with me and looking after me so that I feel better. And when it comes to your dream life, I've done it. You know this, Jackie. Louise, I know you know it as well. It's a great question. But yeah, I have been selfish when it comes to living my dreams. You know, I had great job, loads of money, company car, easy life, but not enjoyable life. Yeah, because I wasn't living my dream. Yeah. And yeah, I put everything on the line and still do, because I'm self-employed and I'm following my passions a lot. I put stuff on the line, you know, what some people be like, oh, I wouldn't dare do that. Or
irresponsible, or
it's irresponsible, it's selfish. You've got a house, you've got your partner, Ian, you've got your cats, or, you know, it might be kids for some people. But for me, it's be absolutely selfish. So long, I'll just say one last point and then I'll hand it over to you, Jackie. So long as what you're doing is for the higher good. I always say that to myself. Will this serve the higher good? Is what I'm doing a great thing? You know, does it give me the goosebumps? Do I feel good? Yes, of course I do. Then go for it. So yeah, brilliant question. How about you?
Bubbling up, all that's the answer wants to come out as well. And that, yes, and I totally agree with everything you said there. And also, I think as well, because Abraham Hicks used the word selfish because we understand it, but it's looking at the word selfish, and people might get confused because it's old style selfish versus new style. Now, old style, this example just popped in my head, is that it's like saying somebody's got a baby with candy. I want the candy, and you just go and take it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's selfish, just stealing it. Whereas new way is that you're selfish enough to make yourself feel good, clean up your vibration, and if you want candy, you'll intend the candy to come, and you'll find that people will come and give you candy.
Yeah, we're going to manifest candy now.
But you know what I mean? It's a bit like the selfishness is like taking everything, you know, there's that out of vortex, taking everything for yourself, and everybody else don't care about their feelings and this, that, and the other, and it's just a slightly different shift where, like you were saying, it's being with integrity and just, is it for the higher good? Is it for everybody's higher good?
Yeah,
you know?
That's it.
Because what you might find is that also if you trust that inner voice, is that at first it may appear that you're putting somebody else out, but actually you're not. You're actually giving them permission to truly be who they are as well by being truly who you are.
Yeah. Ooh, I love this. And it's reminding me of Marianne Williamson. You know, the quote that we were posting out last week that Oprah mentioned as well. It is about shining your own light, and in turn by doing that you'll uplift. And I know Abraham says you'll uplift millions. Yeah, you can do that by uplifting yourself. So by being unselfish, I guess, and that's kind of victim mentality again. They're like, oh, woe is me. I'm not going to be selfish and go after my dreams because I'm just supposed to live this crappy life, or not that I'm saying crappy life.
And make sure everybody else is happy by doing everything.
Yeah, it's like, I'll just stay in this situation because it would seem selfish, or I should think about everybody else first. It's the aeroplane thing. When the masks come down, you put your own mask on first of all.
Yeah,
that's the old saying.
Then you can take care of others, can't you?
Yeah, and then
your oxygen, then you're able to deal with. No point in trying to get the mask down and put it on your child's face if you can't breathe and you're passed out before you get it onto their face. You've got to, like, yours, just a great example. You've got to be able to function.
So brilliant. Be selfish.
What out there as well was that also, like with Melissa and Louise, I'd be interested to see what, as Louise had her own ideas, I'd be interested for her to add below what her ideas.
I would. Brilliant.
I would like to know.
Yeah, I would as well. And this is really synchronistic, Jackie, because I was listening to the wonderful Mr. Lozier on a recording he sent me this morning with some teleclass training, and he said the same, that when you're offering advice or giving this guidance to people, ask for their opinion back, because then it's double-barreled. We get that guidance as well. And wouldn't it be fantastic if somebody decided to make a video in response? Maybe it's Melissa, maybe it's Louise. Great. Yeah, respond with your typed, what you want to say, or do a video. See how you feel inspired.
Super. I'd like to see people's videos.
Yeah, lovely. We're manifesting response videos, and I'm excited to watch them.
Right, let's see. Now I need to go into our group, Treehouse, and there are some more questions in there, I do believe.
I'm excited, because I must say I saw the list and I just put fab on those, but I didn't even read any of the words, so...
Right, okay. This is from Titania, Tati as I call her. Let's see, where does the question start? Right. How about a question about what to do when, as Abe puts it, all hell breaks loose after you've been doing this work for a while? Similar to what we've been talking about, actually. What are your best self-love processes? How do you manage and clean up the deeper stuff as it reveals itself? Already love that aspect of me process. Right, okay, so it's kind of what are your best self-love processes when everything's kind of broken loose, and it's a little bit similar and slightly different, because she's sort of thinking about deeper issues that are coming up.
Yeah. Do you want me to start with this one? Yeah, because I've got some really deep issues what have been coming up for me, and I make that public. I do share a lot. I share my shit.
You're human, and that's
beep. Just beep that out for any kids watching. But yeah, I have a very big bag of tricks, and it'd take me a very long time to share them all here today. But I do have a couple of favourites I use. When you get in that thick mire, or all hell breaks loose, and you're in that situation of absolute nightmareness, because you've been cleaning up, you're going to drop back down. I love, and I still use, Ho'oponopono. Have you ever heard of that, Jackie?
You've mentioned it before.
Yeah, it's the Hawaiian healing technique, and it's 4 simple sayings of please forgive me, I'm sorry, thank you, I love you, and you just say it over and over and over again. And one guy, I think the story of the guy is, it was Joe Vitale's book, Zero Limits, I think, but I'm sure other people will post what it is below this video if that's wrong. He helped to heal a full mental institute of people, or mental home, insane people who were going through some real hellish moments in life, or they themselves weren't necessarily in the positive vortex. And this healing technique works so powerfully. And if you just have those moments where, it's fantastic to use the Abraham Hicks processes, contrast clarity lists, focus wheels. We've got all sorts of, I think you call them permission slips,
That's from Bashar as well.
From Bashar, isn't it? They're all connected, and we pick stuff up that we like to use at certain times. But that's what's really great for me. And more recently, I've been doing EFT as well, so I've been doing the tapping. And I even had to tap about feeling stupid about tapping, because Ian, my partner, was like, I can't believe you're doing this chin tapping stuff, you look ridiculous. But I was that poorly at one point, I had to do it, and then I had to say, I completely love and appreciate myself, even if I look stupid tapping. And I might look like an idiot tapping my face. And I even ended up doing it on the Magical Coffee meetup last Monday, actually, Jackie. That was funny. We did a round of EFT with lots of people in the cafe around us, and it didn't matter, because ultimately stuff only matters if we think it matters.
Yes.
So, you know, for me at the moment, those are my couple of sort of permission slips to allow it to come out, because until the contrast bubbles out, the crap comes out, it manifests as bigger and bigger and more nightmarish moments.
You can think when you're in that feeling of that kind of, it feels slightly, let's say, unbearable feeling that comes up, is to kind of, like you say, try not to squash it down, because it's almost like you're allowing it to come out, so just kind of letting the pain come up and out, because sometimes you're at that point where, you know, sometimes there's no processes that you can do, because you're just stuck completely. Do you know what I mean? So you just have to breathe and sit with it and just feel the sensation. And it was interesting, because I was talking to my husband last night, and I was saying, and for some reason this popped into my head, and I said, you know, within my body there's a 1-year-old, a 2-year-old, a 3-year-old, a 4-year-old, a 5-year-old, a 6, things that happened to me all throughout my life.
Yeah.
You know, and so something, I think this is what throws us, is that something happens and it just seems like no big deal. And yet inside you go, you know, and it takes you, and it kind of it almost knocks you down with that kind of, and when you look at the situation, you think, well, nothing really happened, but if you were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or something and didn't understand the situation, and that's just a little trigger.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's because you didn't understand at the time. It's difficult. You can't really probe in and find it really what it is. But what you can do is you can just sit and say, okay, whatever it is, just let it out, be with it, and just speak as kindly, and not like kind of beat yourself up, because you are there like, oh, you're so weak, you're emotionally this, you're emotionally that. You know, do you mean you can what, you know, supposed to be taught to about law of attraction. Here I am, like, oh.
That's just what I was thinking. You said what was in my head then, and you know you did. It's like, oh my goodness, Liz Green, the law of attraction queen, she's manifested this, that, and the other. And do you know how else I see it is, the more we're going through ourselves, the better in turn we can then shine a light for other people. So I always kind of think, well, how can this help me grow as a person? Yeah, so how can this help me become a better person? Yeah, and how can this help me help others? And then another one, I would give myself a hug and go, do you know what? I love you, Liz. It's totally fine. Whatever's happening to you, it's absolutely fine. And it is just about loving yourself, first of all. And then you're going to manifest people to love you as well. Give yourself a hug, Jackie. Love you.
Love you too.
Love you, Tatiana, as well. Thank you.
Good question. They're always good questions. Once again, anybody can expand on that. Right, this is from Linda. Hello, Linda.
Hello, Linda.
How do you stay happy and expectant of what you want before it is evident? That problem's mine, and a lot of people wonder. All right, okay, so a lot of people are thinking about that. So how do you stay happy and expectant of what you want before it's evident?
Do you want to start with that one? Or shall I?
You got something bubbling up?
I've got lots of things bubbling up. Shall I give you a simple example? Let's go to basics. Getting excited about something turning up. Just reframe that question again for me. What does it say?
How do you stay happy and expectant of what you want before it is evident?
Yes, happy and expectant. So a simple example, it does work well for this. I was doing my day 6 of the lab, you know, my new community, the Law of Attraction Believers, and it was the manifesting game. So I picked 3 things I wanted to show up, and I put this ridiculous pressure on myself, because I was like, it's my community, what I've created, and I thought, well, if it doesn't work for me, it won't work for anybody. You know, I had contrast coming up about something little and silly. And I'd said, I was having a walk in the local country park, and I'd said I wanted to manifest a bluey-green feather, a zebra. Why did I say a zebra?
That's all that video.
Catch a wave and you're sitting on top of the world.